everybody. Assalamu alaikum. We are back again, the twins from Franklin Covey, Pakistan. Every time there is a podcast, I think somehow we both try to fit into the frame. Literally. So, Rameeza, please excuse us. We always do this. Um, at Franklin Covey, Pakistan, what we have been trying to do is that we've been trying to be more inclusive and try to talk to people, to leaders like yourself, not just the regular corporate leaders. And we were thinking what we should do this time when the Women's Day is coming up. And we just wanted to talk to somebody like you who has this amazing startup and who's so motivated. In fact, I think we wanted to talk to you maybe a while ago also. But this Women's Day, I think it was luck or I would say fate that we were able to connect with you. And we wanted to bring out some amazing things that women are doing in Pakistan and for others. So that's why we are here to have this little chat with you as part of our Women's Day podcast series at Franklin Covey, Pakistan. So I'm going to ask Mariam to do the intros.
Thank you, Homa. So just a little bit about Transparent Hands. And of course, Rameeza is going to be, we're going to have a drum roll when I get you to talk. So Transparent Hands is Pakistan's first and largest digital platform for crowdfunding in the healthcare sector. And what they provide is a full spectrum of free healthcare services, including medical and surgical treatments, as well as medical camps for Pakistan's disadvantaged people. Their mission is to reach out to millions of needy patients across Pakistan who are suffering due to a lack of healthcare infrastructure. So here we have, and we are very honored and proud to announce the founder, Rameeza Mueen. So welcome, Rameeza. She's here to talk about how her organization, how she is enabling greatness by helping thousands of people across the country to embrace equity among different social classes. So over to you, Rameeza. I think let's start with our first question we're going to throw at you. Just tell us a little bit about this unique idea behind Transparent Hands and what led to its inception.
Okay, so let me first of all give you my introduction. My educational background is entirely different from what I am doing right now.
Oh,
So
interesting.
I have done like MPhil in English linguistics, and
Mhm.
I've been teaching for 15 years, and then in the different institutions. So my brothers, the ones who have like on one side, my mother is a doctor, and I have seen her like working day and night for the poor people. And she's the one who is the founder of a Social Security Hospital, which is in Multan, and it's a 600-bed hospital. So it's a big hospital which facilitates the laborers, the ones who works in the factories, and their families. So I've seen her actually working
Mm,
since I was a child. So healthcare was
mm,
not a new thing for me, though that wasn't my profession. And like on the other side, like being expats, we all wanted to do something for Pakistan. And we always found one issue or one problem that whenever we used to donate, so what happens, the money doesn't go to the person who really needs it. And sometimes we do not even
that's it.
know. We do not know who requires money. We just put it in a pool and then we forget what happened, who utilized the money, and then
Mhm.
whether that person recovered or not. We never got that feedback. And I think that is very, very important for the person who has donated to stay in touch with the patient. And it's a kind of a kind of satisfaction. It provides a satisfaction to you as well when you donate and you see the results. So these
Awesome.
were the things which were missing actually. And we really wanted to do something, but in a proper organized way. So what we did was we brought technology into it. So we like as I told you, like my brothers, they are from the field. They have a computer software development house. So they came up with the idea to develop something like a crowdfunding platform where we can put the patients, their stories, and the details, and then the amount which is required, everything on the website. And then the people from across the world, they can see like who requires help and at what time the person requires help. And after the surgery or after the treatment, we are going to send, or through the website, the feedback of the patient has been sent to the donor with the documents, the hospital documents, and bills. So each and everything is there. So we just started working on this piece. So we wanted to actually connect the donors and the patients. And another aspect, which is transparency, we wanted to bring in that element also. And yeah, one-to-one connection between the patient and the donor, and then the easy flow of donation. So I think like there are so many other organizations, they are doing remarkable things, but I think there are hardly any who provides this kind of transparency or the patient's details, which are there on the website, clear. And then like after the surgery, what happened, all the details with the testimonials of the patients in the form of videos. So even
That's
that.
amazing. That's lovely. So how many hospitals do you have now, this kind of an alliance with within Pakistan?
Okay, so we have actually 46 hospitals with whom we are working, and
Mhm.
most of them are the private hospitals. Some of them are the trust hospitals also. Yeah.
Right.
And
And this is such a unique idea and such a great thought of to be able to enable so many people. And I was reading somewhere that you want to do this for millions, scale it up, and being in the technology industry. How easy or difficult is it right now? What kind of challenges do you have to scale this up? Because your aim, or it was very, very motivating to read that you want to, like us at Franklin Covey, we also want to reach a millions of
Billions.
billions of
Hmm.
people to be able to enable greatness in them. So, what are the challenges for you to be able to reach those millions here in Pakistan?
so, if you talk about the challenges, I think the main challenge is like, so the basic team is there, and we are already treating like, you can say like around 500 patient of the surgical cases. I'm talking about
Yeah.
Mhm.
the surgical cases. Otherwise, the rest of the treatments and everything is going on through our medical camps. So, in order to reach millions, definitely we need support. We need support of international big organizations, the donors. Uh, yeah, because without the funds, you won't be able to treat them. You cannot treat them. You cannot conduct their surgeries. The surgeries are so expensive, like cardiac heart surgery. If you talk about the cardiac heart surgery, bone marrow, or like orthopedic surgery, so they cost. So I think that that is one aspect, and the other thing is like to set up to have a very good professional team. And Alhamdulillah, like right now, I have a very good team, and we are trying to actually automate each and everything through this technology, through technology actually. Otherwise, we would not be able to scale it. Even the
Yeah.
feedbacks, everything, like we are working on PRMS, it's another software which we are going to embed with our website, and through that you can keep a track like on the admin, and we can easily keep a track of a patient, like at what stage is he now, so we can take the feedback.
So for people to understand this a little better, I know that technology has played an immense role in making you realize your dream. So how are the hospitals connected with you and how well are they connected and how do they share their information and for you to keep that tab and to ensure that it goes through the entire the entire channel.
So frankly speaking, till now we are actually, so all the data and everything is like we were collecting it on the Excel sheets, and that's on the Google Drive. So the whole
Yeah.
team can see the whole, like now the patient has been registered on this date, he has a surgery, and then the SMS text messages are sent to the patients that that's the time when you have your surgery scheduled in that in a particular hospital or So, but the system which we are bringing right now, and that is going to be completed, that will be completed by the end of February. So it
Mm.
has like the hospitals, we have also created the hospital admin also. So the hospital representative, he just has to log in and see like these patients are they have a surgery on this date, and then they have to send us their pictures and their documents and everything through their by logging into that. So we are
Right.
actually working on that. Yeah.
So this is amazing. So, Rameeza, you mentioned earlier that you were an educationist. So what happened that after
What happened?
what happened that after teaching for 15 years, you decided that you want to do this startup? What was that
Or
turn?
what happens so that people can look out for that happening so that something can happen to them like this too?
So one thing was like, yes, I was actually in the administration for so many years also. So, but education is like, it gives you a sense of fulfilling. That's I agree that, but it has like tunnel vision. That's what I believe. And like entrepreneurship is a like it opens up a world in front of you. So you learn a lot, you can gain a lot of knowledge, and then you meet so many people. So it's like a flood of knowledge, and it's challenging. So
Yeah,
that became a routine for me. Still, it's a passion. Still, it's a bit like teaching is my passion, and it will always remain my passion. Still, I'm like taking part-time classes here in US in a college. So that's perfectly fine with me. But like, I really wanted to do something, I think, for the people also, for Pakistani people.
Mhm.
And that was, and then we were closer to the healthcare because my mother was associated with that, and
yeah,
I've
makes
seen that.
sense.
So
Mm.
I could have gone to education side, but I think health is more important. When you are healthy, you can think about studying, you can think about other things. If you're not healthy, you just forget about everything.
Absolutely.
So, and then another thing was like surgeries. So surgery is a thing which is sometimes not even affordable for a middle class person. If you talk about the cardiac surgery, it costs so much that even a middle class person sometimes cannot afford.
Of
And we
course.
wanted to bring quality into it. So in
Mhm.
just in the to take patients into the local hospital, so we actually made agreements, or we brought the private hospital, so the people, the even the poor people or the people who cannot afford, they get the same care, they get the same treatment which an affordable person is getting. So that was
Fantastic.
actually the main thing.
This transition that you have just shared with us is, I think, primarily the impact that you are having on people's lives. It is touching many more people. It's enabling so many people to get what they need, which is a necessity, which is basic healthcare or even surgeries, things they can't afford. Any stories or anything that has impacted you or touched you or in getting this
Or
um,
maybe some sort of
any
some source of motivation, some stories that you would like to share with us or an
maybe patient
audience?
stories or stories that impacted you and made you feel that yes, through technology and through the doing this, you are able to touch people's lives, and in which ways have you touched their lives? So just to make this a little more,
Yeah,
the
so
human
like every day we come across so many cases actually every day, like we have a news story, but like two or three cases which really touched me. Once a girl, it was like in the very initial years, and we did not have much funds even at that time. So there was a little girl like 4 or 5 years old, and she came with her father to our office, and her nails were blue, her lips were blue, and she was unable to breathe. And while she was walking, she fell on the floor. And the father was so helpless that he started crying over there. So, I mean, that was the moment. We did not have funds even for that surgery. She required the cardiac surgery, the pediatric cardiac surgery. But then I told my team, let's go for the surgery, let's just do it. and we'll see, the funds will come. And we got the surgery done, and then afterwards that girl is perfectly fine, happy family. We got the videos, we got her pictures on and off, and it's amazing. And we yeah, after 1 or 2 months we received the funds from different donors, and we also contributed as a family. So but now that's a big achievement and motivation for me.
Fantastic.
Yeah, and then there was another man that was also in the very initial years. So he came to us for he had a pain in on one side of the kidney. So when our doctors, they checked him, they just found out that the person had issues with the kidney, and his kidney had to be removed or operated, actually operated. So because his whole body was swollen, and he couldn't pass urine. So that was the time he should have he should have got operated at this in just 1 or 2 days, otherwise he would have died. And I asked him, that person, that yes, what y- your kidney is like, it has stones, or it had stones or whatever, but like what about the other kidney? He said that I had to pay the loan to the landlord, and for that he sold the kidney. So one of his kidneys was
Oh,
already sold. The other one, the only one which was working, that was in a dangerous condition. And he had 6 children, and
My
he was the sole earner of the family. So that was the time when I decided, yes, let's go for the surgery. We have to save that person. And then yeah, we saved him.
so how do you source? I mean, is there a website? How do you advertise? How do people find out about this? Is it through online? How do you connect with them? Just a little bit of that also would help people maybe to, connect with you as well when they hear this.
Okay, so connect. There are different ways through people connect with us. So the one thing is like digital marketing. So our digital marketing team is very strong, and we do SEO, and then Facebook paid campaigns, Google PPC campaigns. All those are running on and off, on and off. Like if we talk about the funds, and if we talk about the patients, how do they get to know about us? So medical camps is the best thing. Like we are doing on and off, on and off. Like in 1 month we do at least 5 to 6 medical camps. So in those medical camps are set in the remote areas and the rural areas, and the people who come over there, they get the free medicines, and the tests are done, everything. So from there actually we do the marketing, so of our medical camps. So from there people get to know that yes, that's an organization, and that is working for the poor people, and for the surgeries and everything. And then if a person requires surgery, so we further register him with us, and this is how he is treated. So digital marketing, medical camps, and then the TV ads also, and SMS messages. So all these things actually are
So,
helping
so
us.
Ramisa, it's an amazing thing that you're doing, and your name, the transparent hands, it really invokes a lot of trust
Yeah.
in people, and the kind of work that you're doing requires a lot of trust on both ways, from the per patient's point of view also, and from the donor's point of view. So, what is it that Transparent Hands is doing as an organization to build that trust factor with the donors and with the patients?
Okay, so with the donors, if you say so, actually, our feedback system is very strong. So once the patient got once the treatment is done, immediately an email is sent. That's an automatic email, so automated. So that is sent to the donor that on this date in this hospital by this doctor, the surgery has been done. Now, if they want to contact the person, so we provide them the details also. Then further, like when a person uh, comes to the website, his own dashboard is created. Dashboard, he can log into it, and there he can see the success stories or the documents of the patient and each and everything, and then the videos of the patient also to whom he has donated, and he can further just get the tax exemption receipt also downloaded from there. So
Interesting.
that is one thing. This is how. And then the other thing is like if a donor or if anyone has a query, so we have like info@transparenthands.org, so they send us the message, and I have backend team like who promptly just answers their questions, their queries. If they want to know the details, each and everything is provided to them, whatever they want. um, on the patient side, yes, in the beginning we really faced problems with we really had the trust issues or the credibility issues, because even the patients, when we started, they were not ready to come for the surgery. No doubt they are poor people, but still, the reason was like they said that, oh, we do not know what you'll take out our kidney or something, or
Yes.
Why
yes,
are you doing this free of cost?
free of
What?
cost. So they were
Yeah.
also reluctant. They did not rely on us. So those initial stages, they were really, really difficult. On one side, I was trying to convince the donors or the companies, the ones who supported us, and on the other side, the patients also.
And then the patients as well. Wow.
Patients as well, but like after some surgeries or after after we treated so many like 10, 12 patients, so then eventually, like from one patient to another, through word of mouth, it spread that this organization is not fraud.
It's
You
not a
know,
problem.
it's amazing how you motivate so many young people in Pakistan, across, I think, anyone. And, but I truly want to ask you this because this is a episode that is coming out, Women's Day around that. As a woman, did you feel that there was any unconscious bias or anything that you faced that might have been difficult for you to overcome initially before when you were setting this up, the startup? And if you did, how did you overcome that? Or are you still facing that? I mean, just so that people know what is it that they have to face and how they can overcome that. And maybe you can help many who are wanting to do things like similar to yours.
Okay, so I think so. Yes, there is a bias, and there was a bias, but like
Mhm.
bias in a positive way.
Okay, good,
Yes,
good.
in a positive
Yes,
way.
there is positive. Absolutely. There's a positive preference as well. Yes.
Positive
Bias can be
preference.
benign. Absolutely. Absolutely can be
I
positive as well.
Wherever I go or wherever I went, so it's a male-dominated society. It's everywhere. I think more or less everywhere it's the same. So people respected me. They listened to me. I think
Nice.
if I were a man, they would have doubted me more.
Okay.
Especially in this field.
Yeah.
Yes, because the people are so scared of health, and like you said, there
Yeah.
so many episodes have happened where a certain operation was supposed to happen on the left side, it took place on the right side, and such mishaps have happened. I think as you as a female, people would, you're right, they would want to open up more. That would be easier. So that was a plus thing for you.
That was a tough
Fantastic.
thing. And then also, I think it also depends on you, like your demeanor, and then how do you convey things to them, and
Yeah,
how much truth is in that. You have to prove whatever you are putting in front of them, you have to prove. And
you have
you
to
should
follow
have
through.
knowledge,
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
you should have knowledge of each and everything or whatever is going in your organization, or how do you prove that you are true. So and you should be confident also. So yeah, I think the
Any
I
advice you
was
would like to give to individuals or
Or
organizations?
people
Or yeah,
who are now wanting to do something, be an entrepreneur like you, or do something challenging. What would be your advice to people, and specifically in Pakistan? Yeah, I was talking to a few youth, and they were saying, now the time is that we should not look for jobs, we should look for self-employment. So, what is it that you would like to say to the youth who is coming out and who has a lot of dreams and they want to do something specifically in Pakistan? What advice would you have for them?
Okay, so the first thing is, I would really like to tell them that first of all, just go and work somewhere. because this is how you gain experience. This is how you get to know like how organization runs.
Yeah.
Blankly, if you start anything, there are chances. There are 50-50 chances whether you succeed or whether you fail. The other thing is persistence. Persistence is very, very important. Hard work, no doubt, but persistence is another thing. There were many times when I really wanted to just quit this
Of
thing.
course.
I
Yes.
just wanted to stop.
Fail.
That's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to move forward. But then persistence, just keep on doing, keep on doing. And challenges are like on every step. So I have seen one thing in the youth, nowadays youth, they really want to do something. They are motivated, but they lack patience, I think. Patience and perseverance. These are the two key things which they really lack.
हौसला जिसको हम कहते हैं हौसला होना
हौसला
चाहिए
हौसला एंड देन हौसला भी चाहिए और सब्र भी चाहिए.
सबर भी चाहिए,
Yes.
बिल्कुल.
Listen, Pakistan में सफर means something else. Yes, they do.
If they want to create a mansion in a day, that's not possible. How can
That's
you
not
do
gonna
it?
happen. Absolutely. Any message you would like to give to your donors or your supporters of Transparent Hands, and who are helping you in this mission? Any message you'd like to give? Anything you'd like to say?
Um, mm, I think I just want to say that we are aiming to treat or to get the surgeries done of at least 100 million people. Uh,
Inshallah, absolutely.
Inshallah,
We're
inshallah.
all for it, and we are, we really appreciate what you're doing because you see, there's so many devastations that have happened in Pakistan, the earthquake, and then the floods, and then now medical care is just an ongoing thing. You do want to donate, you do want to give. It's not just that, okay, we give it and we're like, okay, we've done our part. We want to ensure, even being here, I'm sure that you're getting a lot of sourcing. Not just from within Pakistan, but people who truly want to donate back to Pakistan. I think there's so many expats who want to give back to their country in some form or the other. And seeing your organization do this, there's a lot of hope that yes, there is something that is it's going to the right person and in the right hands. We do wish you a lot of prayers, and we wish you
A lot of
a
luck.
lot of luck,
And-
because I think what you're doing is something which normally people take for either for granted or they don't care what's happening, and you are providing that transparency. And being a woman, we know how that feels, but you're right, there is unconscious bias which is positive as well, because sometimes when we say things, people take it seriously, right? Right,
Seriously.
Rameeza? They take it
All right.
We
seriously.
really want to increase the number of our patients. We really want to treat as many people as we could, because there are many people who are suffering due to the lack of, obviously, due to the lack of funds. They
Yeah,
financially they are
yeah.
down, and then obviously the health wise. So we really want to help those people. And a message for the donors is to trust us for a while and then see the results.
Right.
Absolutely.
They'll
They
get
also need
us.
patience.
Yes, you
Absolutely.
need to trust
Uh,
us for a little
they-
while. Those, I mean, so many there are organizations, but try to trust us and then see the results.
yes, of course. And I think when you create doing such a great thing, it takes it time to build a reputation,
Yes.
and people will follow. There will be huge following. And I think even at Franklin Covey, when we talk about enabling greatness, it means that the greatness has been bestowed in every human being by God. All we need to do is help be the enablers. And I think you're doing that for a lot of people and connecting the people who can donate and the ones who need the donation. So
Yeah,
anything,
no,
Homa,
I
at the
think
end
thank
you'd
you
like
so
to
much.
say?
It was great talking to
It was
you,
a
and thank
pleasure.
you for giving us some time.
Yeah.
And it's truly amazing work that you're doing. So all our luck and best wishes are for you, and we will spread the word around for you too.
We would.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you for being on our podcast.